Good morning.
Good morning. I'm Mary.
I'm Linda, and welcome to our kitchen.
And Pinky Mom's sister's in the kitchen.
Yeah. Okay, so good to have little Linda here with us.
Yes.
And Carla's on the other end. So thank you all for joining us. We are going to make chicken fried chicken today.
Yes.
So I'm going to turn that burner up just a pinch over there, and
Okay.
we've already got some chicken breaded and pounded out, and we saved 2 pieces to show y'all how we did that. So what I did, and we'll show you, but I soaked these chicken breasts, and I couldn't get the thin ones, so I kind of butterflied them
Okay.
and just pounded them out.
Sure.
So we've got 2 over here that we've already got breaded, and I'll leave that off. And then we've got 2 here. These are boneless, skinless chicken breasts that we're going to pound out, and we're going to show y'all how we do that. We're going to use a piece of plastic wrap
Okay.
and a mat here to do that on. So
Okay.
let me turn the burner up just a second, Mary,
Okay.
to get
Right
this
here.
oil hot.
We appreciate y'all joining us this morning, and it's just a beautiful day. I don't know. The wind was blowing so hard yesterday. I thought it was going to come a rain, Linda.
We did too.
It was
there.
blowing so hard. I was sitting on the porch, and my goodness, it was blowing hard. But I come in, and Linda's beautiful flower arrangement. I think she's just done a great job making her flower arrangement.
Thank you.
For the 4th of July.
You know what Mike said? Asked me the other day.
What?
He said, "Did you just not ever watch your mama do that to learn how?" And I said, "Well, I didn't tell him this, but Mama didn't do that when we were kids.
No. She
did it after we were grown.
Right.
And for y'all to wonder what I'm doing, I'm making mashed potatoes, and that's not what we're doing on air. But I'm putting these potatoes on.
I'm
so
going
they
to wash
can
my
cook.
hands. Well, I'll wait till you get back over here.
Okay.
This chicken here, let me go ahead and unwrap some saran wrap. These things,
I got a lot of pots in the kitchen today going.
yes, you do.
So, Mary, I got that freezer wrap instead of the plastic wrap just because it was thicker,
Okay.
and we're going to be pounding it.
Well, I'm not
So,
touching it because I hadn't washed my hands. I mean, I washed them a while ago, but I'll let you go ahead and do
Okay.
that.
So this is freeze tight, and I'm just gonna. And you don't have to soak this all night. You can soak it for an hour or so. I just didn't want to get up and do it this morning because I knew I had some other things to do. So you can tell this is probably about maybe a 6 or 8 ounce chicken breast. I'm just gonna lay it on the
Are you just going to double that
plastic
over?
wrap.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna
all
double
right.
it over.
All right. Well, I'll
And
put this
that's
back.
okay, we can use that one, we can use that one. And then I'm using my pounder here to pound this out.
Let me move this so I can see what you're doing.
Just give it a good workout. Depending on how thin you want it. I know that's loud.
So can you, is this where you turn her right down?
Okay. So see, we got a pretty, and I was gonna get the tongs and I didn't. We'll just leave it in the plastic wrap, and
You want these tongs or the ones that,
those are fine. But I'm gonna leave it in here, Mary,
Okay.
because you're gonna coat it, right?
Okay,
You're
yeah.
gonna coat it.
And I'm going to put about 2 cups of flour in here. Do you want 2 cups? Because we ain't got the 3.
Just suit yourself, Mary, about what you
Okay.
think. We're only gonna
Yeah.
do 2
We
pieces.
don't do it. Yeah, that's plenty.
So the recipe that I put on the members page
Was for all the chicken, right? And this is cornstarch. And what cornstarch does, when you're flouring your meat, it makes it crunchy.
Yeah, gives it a little extra crunch. So I know I'm touching this, but I'll wash my hands real good in a minute. So we're going to just fold this over again. And you can use the same piece of plastic wrap, but if you want to, you don't have to use 2 pieces.
I'm putting salt, pepper.
I hope I'm not overpowering you, Mary. We just want this pretty thin.
And of course, we have to have cayenne pepper in it.
Yeah, if Linda's cooking, you know it's gonna have cayenne in it. Okay, I'm going to come back over here and check. I need to wash my hands first.
I'm gonna use
Make sure.
a amazing spoon to stir this up. This is just she's not putting the egg wash, just buttermilk on this chicken. And then flouring it in this.
Yeah, and if they want to use the egg wash, they can, but
Yeah.
I just chose not
No,
to.
buttermilk is fine. It makes the buttermilk sticks to the chicken real good. So
And again, you don't have to let it soak all night.
Right.
It's just, that's
and I'm just gonna take this and stuff it over in here.
I don't use a thermometer on my oil. Do you, Mary?
No, I don't.
I'm just gonna sprinkle a little bit of
Yeah.
flour in there and see. I've got it turned up to
Yeah.
about like where I fry pies. I don't want it to be so hot that it's gonna cook the outside and not cook the inside,
Right.
but I still want it to be hot enough.
Right.
So, and there's also one other piece in that bowl, Mary, that
Oh,
you can.
I was wondering, this was already soaked, right?
Yes, it's
Okay.
all been soaked.
Okay.
It has.
Okay. Now, do you want me to put that on there? I'll just leave it in here because we can't. How many do you plan on putting in that oil at one time?
2. I'm gonna
Okay,
put
so
2.
that's all this. So I'll
Yeah.
wait a few minutes. And,
And
I'm
then,
gonna go ahead and take this.
and then
board.
there's the piece in there
Oh,
too.
okay. Okay. Thank you.
And these little boards are
So
really neat.
I'll
They're
just wait.
dishwasher safe.
I'll just wait till we put this in the oil before I put the others on there.
Okay.
I wanted to tell y'all, remind y'all again that we're doing Linda's little celebration, belated birthday celebration on the 25th of June. So that's going to be on a Saturday from 11 o'clock to 2 o'clock. We're serving a light lunch, and we're just going to be kind of like a meet and greet, you know. So if anyone is interested in coming, contact us by my personal phone, which is on my other page, or text me, private message me, or send it to the Pink Moss telephone number, which is, you can text on that. It's 903-235-4804. Did I get that right?
Yes, and you know what, Mary? We haven't drawn the birthday.
You're
from
right.
May.
April. Yes. Well, we'll have to do it off air because it's on that phone.
Okay.
I'm fiddling with.
Okay.
But I thought about that when I first got here, is we need to draw for May birthday. And so I guess we'll be doing that after we get off air, and then we will announce it tomorrow. Is that okay, Linda?
Yes, it is.
And I lose my train of thought. I was talking about the celebration. So if you want to come, it is limited. We can only have 50 in the size room that we have. So it's going to be at our church. I will post sometime today. I will post on our page more details so y'all can have something to go back and look at. So it's just kind of like a meet and greet. But if you live in the surrounding areas, you know, be easy for you to come. We know that everybody can't come because of the distance, but if you can, we'd be happy to have you. It's just going to be like a meet and greet and honor my sister.
Y'all know
A late birthday.
I'd much rather be doing something for her than her
Yeah.
doing something for me.
But it'll be
Will
fun.
you hand me that,
I
Mary?
will.
And I think my oil is about ready.
Okay.
And we're gonna move this over here.
It's in the room.
And I'm gonna do this again. And
Okay. We're testing your oil.
yeah.
And the way she was testing that oil was she put a little bit of flour just a tad of flour in her oil, and that tells, if it sizzles, that means it's hot enough. It didn't sizzle.
Yeah, it's not hot enough,
Yeah.
is it? I'm gonna turn it up just a little bit more.
You turn that down?
I did, and you know what I think my burner's doing, just like yours is doing, and I have just been
The elements.
praying and praying and praying that
Yeah.
something wouldn't happen to my stove. These
Yeah.
stoves are so hard to
To
find,
find. I know.
and they're very expensive.
You know what I was
because they're
saying?
drop stoves.
What I was thinking about yesterday, when I was wiping my stove off, I said, I'm going to try my best one more time to get that bin, whatever it is, that code on my stove and turn it into my warranty. And if I can't get it, I'm buying me another stove, because it's just, all my burners is doing the same
Well,
thing now.
what's bad about it is, especially this one, because you can't
Yeah,
just go
you're
in
right.
a store and pick
Right.
out a drop stove.
Right, that's
You
true.
have to order them. And this is what, the stove that was in here when we bought the house, we replaced it, and then it wore out, and then we replaced
Right.
this one. But this one's been here
Well-
about 12 years, 13
Okay.
years.
It's not any way that you could put a sliding stove, why
It would
is
have
it that
to
you
be,
couldn't?
because it's hardwired. There's not a plug, it's hardwired. That's what a drop stove is. So that requires an electrician to do something, and then it would be higher. It wouldn't be level with the counter, which I may have to do that. I don't know. But
All stoves are not the same. No, maybe not. Your counters are, I think, lower than mine.
Yeah.
They are.
yeah,
Yeah.
I don't know, Mary.
Yeah, they are.
But see how it goes down there. This is,
Yeah, I see how it's.
and maybe it
tucked
would
in.
be flush with the counter. I don't know.
I don't know either. Linda.
I don't know.
I don't know. It would depend. I don't know. I
Let's
really
try
don't.
this again.
Okay.
So where'd my little flower go?
I think we got it there.
I have a hard time playing hide and seek. I have looked for stuff this morning, I don't know how many times. It's getting hot, but it's still not quite hot enough, is it?
Not quite.
I'm gonna turn this up. I hate turning oil on high.
You're not like me, because I do.
No, it scares me to death. We were in Houma, Louisiana. I was working on my job. I know Kathy's watching us. I don't know if Kathy was there or not, but I think she was. And Janice, our studies manager, wanted me to make fried pies. Well, we were staying in a little Holiday Inn, and we had nothing but a little tiny microwave. I made all of the filling in that
In
little
the
tiny
microwave.
microwave.
Oh my goodness.
And
I
I
know.
mixed up the dough, and then she had an apartment. I went to her apartment to fry them. And of course, it didn't have a boiler, so what do? I go to the old part of the town, and I go in a thrift store, and I find this boiler, a professional boiler like we
Yeah.
used to have at the church.
Yeah.
Probably still have them, I don't know. But I don't know what I paid for it. It was all beat up and dirty, but I cleaned it up. And it was bigger than this. It
Oh,
was a
really?
huge boiler.
Uh-huh.
And I filled it, you have to have it half or a little over half full of oil. And I knew that she was absolutely freaking out because I had that oil on
Yeah.
high to heat it.
Yeah.
And she moved from the kitchen over to the couch, and she was on her laptop, and I started laughing. I said, "What are you doing, texting your friend to say that we're fixing to have a fire here in your apartment?" She started cracking up because that's what she was
Yeah,
doing.
I know.
And I knew it was, but anyway, no fire. I fried the pies, and we had fried pies
I
at the
know they
office
were
for a
good.
few days.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'm wanting to make fried pies
Yeah,
again soon.
absolutely. I want you to.
All right.
I made so many of them in my lifetime. When she learned how to make them, I just backed off of it. 'Cause
Okay, Mary, what do you think?
I think it's probably, yeah, it's seasoned a little bit, so.
Okay, let me
Do that
show
again?
'em. Yeah. See, it's kind of sizzles a little bit. And I gotta turn this eye down too, because I don't want
Here's your toast.
this to cook too quick. So I'm gonna turn it. I cook my fried pies between 5 and 6.
Do you?
And of course that's not meat.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna turn this down to about a 5.
Yes.
And I'm not going to bother it. I'm just going to let them fry. Now, you can pan fry these in a skillet, and you won't have to, you don't need as much grease. We'll put that back over there so we can do the others. And then I'm going to move this one over here. put them on, then we take them out.
I'm gonna go ahead and.
So there's another one in that, in the bowl too, Mary.
Okay, all right.
So we're just gonna leave that alone. I know you wanna get in there and move it around, but you really don't need to because it's
the
got
oil's
enough
deep
oil
enough,
in it,
yeah.
so it's deep enough
Right.
that you don't have to turn it over. So I'm just leaving it alone. Is that making a lot of noise from that frying?
A little bit, but it's okay.
Okay.
I mean, yes, it's picking it up, but
So they know we're really frying it, right? Not fake camera.
Oh, you got this out to put them on
I'm
and
gonna
use
put
it
it
to
on
fry.
and drain them.
Right. You know, I've got some of these, but I've never used them.
I love them. They're different than that one over there. That
Yeah.
one is actually the
For
cookies.
cookies, yeah.
And this
Yeah.
one is actually for cooking in the oven. Did you know that?
Yes, I did. I knew that, but I've never used it. It's got these rubber tubes on it.
Yeah.
I would be afraid that in the oven.
But it's silicone.
Okay.
It's silicone, so it's not gonna hurt it. So I've got potatoes over here.
She's fixing lunch for us.
Yeah, I just, you have to cook anyway, so.
When we got here, she said, "Are y'all in a hurry to get home?" When we get through videoing, and I said, "Well, I have the doctor's appointment today," and so she said, "Well, I'm gonna cook us lunch." So she got potatoes and what else you got on that?
Green beans.
Green beans.
Green beans.
Green beans.
Nothing fancy.
Nice potatoes.
What do you think?
I'm gonna go
Mary?
ahead and bread those others
Okay.
so they'll be ready to go in the oil.
I'm gonna get some more tongs out because
Okay.
those are,
So they'll be ready.
I'll see a nice cookie right here. Should be started.
These are big pieces of chicken.
Well, they're not that big because they pounded out.
Right.
I've got some more tongs.
We won't take them as long to cook either. By being thin.
I'm fixing to.
Well, I'm fixing to wash this one, Linda. I'll be through with this here.
That's okay. I'll just use the fork.
I pinched a little bit of the flour off and I'm gonna add a little bit more flour to it.
I'll use the top of the tongs. I'll make this work.
Okay. I can wash these tongs, Linda, and give them right back to you.
I'm just using the papa tongs. I do want you to test this, Mary, and see if you think it's done.
Okay.
It may not be. Get a knife out of the drawer.
I will.
I don't think this one is quite done.
Well, they're thin, so they won't take
I
them
know
long.
it, and I know that I probably cook stuff longer than most people do, but not everybody has a husband named Mike either.
All right, let me see here.
I'll just put it back in there for a minute.
Oh, you did? Okay.
I'm fixing to take this one out though, unless you check it. I put this one in there first.
Okay. And you're not going to take the towel, you just gonna lay it on this.
I'm just gonna drain it on that because I want the stuff to go down.
All right, I'll cut the deepest, thickest part.
Is it done?
Not quite.
Okay, not quite. All right, well, let's put it up in there for a minute. Oh, did I not turn my ringer on? I didn't. Sorry about that. We didn't time this, did we?
Uh-uh. Do you usually time your chicken?
No, I
I
don't.
don't.
I don't either. I just take it out and check it, just like I did this
Yeah.
one.
I
Now,
don't
if
time
we're
to do
cooking chicken tenders, we usually deep fry them for about 8 to 10 minutes, depending on how big they are, how thick they are.
Well, I'm usually, when I'm pan frying and it's not deep oil, I like 5 minutes on both sides.
Yeah.
Not the bone, the chicken breast, not the chicken with the bone in it, because it takes longer.
Yeah, no, it would definitely take longer. I don't want it to get too dry.
What kind of oil are you using?
I'm using Wesson vegetable oil. But you can use canola. If you wanted to use peanut oil, you can use peanut oil. I just buy vegetable oil. Does that look like it's
Yeah,
done now?
oh yeah. Well, I know this thin part's done, and that was the thick part, and it's done now.
Okay. So as soon as I get that one up there,
Okay.
I'm gonna bring those others over here,
Okay.
and
I'll just switch.
yeah, just switch. Pan and all.
Yeah.
So that's
Yeah.
great. See, they still look thick even though I
Yeah.
pounded them thin, don't
Yeah,
they?
yeah, they do.
Did you get the one out of the bowl too, Mary?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. I
That's
guess,
all of them.
okay, thank you.
That's all of them. Now, these are actually thinner than those two.
Okay, so they may not take as long.
Those two are the ones you pounded there last, right?
Yeah.
And they.
No, I pounded those first, remember?
Okay, yeah, you did.
Because we have them
Yeah.
set now.
Right, right. Okay,
All right.
I'll move this now.
Let me check my potatoes. I think I just need water in them.
Sure smells good. Now, are you making gravy?
I am. I'm gonna have to pour that all out.
Okay.
Or either make it in, probably just make it in another pan. That's probably what I'll do.
It looks good. It's Cotton Patch that makes their chicken fried steak huge. I mean, it's half the plate.
Yeah.
Oh, and that's not all. It's not just Cotton Patch. It's the Butcher Block. Have you ever eaten at the butcher? It's
Shop.
Butcher shop
It's
in
been
Longview.
a long time.
Me
We need
too.
to go there
We
one
do.
day.
It has their chicken fried steaks are huge. The last time I went, I believe it was the last time I went, I carried the boys, Nathan and Brady. And Nathan, he's the one that just graduated and wanted the sushi, however you say it. He likes odd stuff, you might say. And he's seen on the wall that they had, what was it, Linda? Is it buffalo?
Yeah.
Buffalo. They had buffalo sandwich. And he was small. I say he was small. Like I said, it's been served years ago. And he said, Ma'am, I want that buffalo sandwich. I said, Nathan, are you sure you will eat that? She said, yes, ma'am, I'll eat it. So I got it for him, and he did.
He's adventurous, isn't
Yes,
he?
he is. He sure is.
Kind of like his mama. Linda is too.
They like to try new stuff. I'm not so much.
I guess
Not
Brayden
so
is
much.
too, isn't he?
Yeah.
Brayden will.
Oh, I gotta tell y'all what he just bought.
What did I?
He just
You
bought.
mean he spent some of his money?
No, he spent my money.
Okay, that's what I was gonna say. That boy saves his money every dime he gets.
He bought macaroni and cheese ice cream
Ice cream?
Oh no.
and I can't remember the other one. I just remember macaroni and cheese ice cream.
I never heard
You may have
of
to
that.
repeat that. I don't know if anyone can hear me.
Macaroni and cheese
Ice cream.
ice cream.
Well, that is a first.
Me too. I have never heard of that. Now he loves macaroni and cheese, but mixing it with ice
Yeah.
cream,
It
I don't think.
was nasty. It's still
He
there.
didn't like it either?
No.
Okay.
It's crunchy.
Yeah. Brady, he likes new things, but he will not bring out his money. You don't tell him how much money that boy's got. I'm telling you, he has saved money ever since he was a little bitty kid. Helping me around the house taking trash out or doing something, I'd give him a little bit of money. That boy saved every dime he gets.
He'll be the one that'll buy a house
Yeah.
probably before he's 30.
He's my retirement plan.
Is he? He is, he does not spend his money. And what's so funny about it, when we're in the store, I'll buy him, if he wants something, I'll buy it for him. And I said, he said, Grandma, I've been wanting one of these. I said, are you gonna buy it with your money? No, ma'am. I said, well, you want it, don't you? He said, well, I'd like to have it. So I want to buy it for him. He will not spend his money.
That is so funny. We got a bit of the news yesterday, and I'm just going to tease y'all with it because I'm not going to tell you what it is yet. But after I texted y'all yesterday afternoon, the first thought that came to my mind is I wanted so bad to call Mama.
Yeah.
I always call Mama when I had some good news, and
Right.
it was like, you ever just want to call your Mama?
Yeah,
And
I
that's
know.
what I wanted to do yesterday. And we'll be telling y'all more about it
Yeah.
a little bit
And
later.
Kathy, wasn't it Kathy that we wanted that, what, the hospital?
Carla
That's
Jordan.
right, Carla.
One of our good dedicated followers watches us all the time. We got an email from her, and Mary, I took your story.
No,
Go ahead and tell it.
no, you go ahead, tell it.
Anyway, she had a medical condition over Memorial Day, so she's home watching us today, recuperating.
Hi, Carla.
So very nice to have you, Carla, and we are praying for you to have a speedy recovery. And just wanted to let you know that we got your message.
I don't know if Bradley's watching this morning, or Catherine, I don't know.
Sometimes they do.
Yeah.
Catherine's with Edward today, though,
Oh,
so they're
okay.
probably not stationary.
Okay,
They're
okay.
probably in the yard
Yeah,
somewhere.
yeah.
But anyway, hi to all our kiddos
Yes,
out there.
yes.
They want to know where you got your towels.
Oh, my sister gave me those, and I don't know where you
I
got
got
them
them
from.
at Hobby Lobby.
Okay, get these potatoes done in a few minutes. I ordered some kind of bread because I knew we needed some bread. So I had these frozen rolls in the freezer, and I took them out last night. I almost forgot them. So I got them in the oven. I'm
you
not
do?
real sure how good they're going to be.
Oh, that's okay. That's all right.
Do you smell them?
I do smell them. She shouldn't be cooking such a big lunch.
And it's not a big lunch. It's just a couple things. So, we don't know where we're going yet Friday, do we? We haven't decided, or Thursday? Maybe to the orchard?
It'll be Friday.
Friday to the
yeah,
orchard?
Yeah.
Okay.
To the
Canola?
granola orchard, yes. And what have they got there? What's there? Is blueberry season?
Blueberries are available right now, and I'm going to tell y'all something. Them little suckers are hard to pick.
I think we'll probably buy none.
And the last time I went, I did not pick blueberries. I bought them
Yeah,
because
I-
you can pick a gallon of blackberries in a snap.
Yeah.
It takes 3 times
Yeah.
as long to pick a gallon of
Yeah.
blueberries. But then blackberries, and they got the small peaches, and I don't pick the peaches down there. The reason I don't is because you have to go way over to a back field, and while you can ride the tractor, we're not real good at waiting on stuff. At least I'm not.
A little
When I
impatient.
get ready to go, I want to go. So, and I knew that would be too far to walk. I want to pick blackberries because I got the stuff to make blackberry jelly. I make it every year, and so I'm going to definitely pick blackberries and have some left over for some poplars.
Okay. I hadn't talked to you about this, but I was going through some of my recipes last night, and I've got recipes for 3 different kind of jams, and I think that would be good to do maybe some canned jars of jam one day.
It would be. It sure
I
would
think
be.
that's what we'll do.
That would be very good.
Lynn Atwood asked, how do you incorporate cornstarch into liquid? You mix it with cold or hot water first?
Cold water for sure.
Absolutely.
Cold water. Hot water is not going to dissolve. It'll make it lumps. It'll be
And
lumps.
do you
gotta be
usually
cold
do
water.
equal parts
Of cornstarch
of water and
water?
cornstarch?
I don't never measure that.
If you
It doesn't really matter because once you put it in what you're thickening, it's
well, it
I don't.
mixes up better
Okay.
If you leave it sitting, like when I do fried pies and I make the
Yeah,
filling,
yeah.
if you leave it sitting, it's gonna go back powder.
Yeah, it get hard to bottom.
Yeah,
But
so
you can mix it up.
You
though.
can mix it up, yes you can. But I like mine like a thick, my consistency, I like it a thick pour. You know, not so thick that it's like gravy, but a thick pour.
Okay. I use.
Do
I
you
don't.
use it thinner?
Mhm, I do.
Um,
use it. But because it doesn't make to me, and I may be wrong.
It depends on how much liquid you're pouring it in.
Yes.
Is what it depends on.
Because if that thickness it depends on how much cornstarch you use, of how thick it's going to be. So I don't usually use. Well, it depends on what I'm making. But if I'm cooking like a pie or something, it's not going to take but 2 or 3 tablespoons. It's not going to take much cornstarch at all.
That oil is kind of cooled down a
Cooled
little
down.
bit, so I turned it back up just a pinch.
Yeah.
I don't want it to just sit there and get soggy.
Yeah.
Okay, I think my potatoes are done.
And I was noticing on your potatoes, when you boil your potatoes, you leave them pretty big pieces.
I do leave it pretty
Okay.
big.
I
sure
don't.
do.
I guess I just speed things up a little bit. I don't cook. Because they cook faster.
Here, I'm gonna let you watch that. I'm gonna
Okay.
grab this bowl over here
Okay.
to put the potatoes in. The one thing that I don't like is, I guess everybody that makes mashed potatoes already knows this. I don't like my potatoes to get cold.
You don't like your potatoes, what, Linda?
I don't want them to get cold before
Oh
I
yeah.
mash them.
Oh yeah. No, absolutely.
some gummy.
Because it'll be gummy and stringy if you do. You have to mash potatoes while they're hot.
So this is not part of the live, but it's just something that I need to do because I need to get them.
I'm gonna mute you then. Did you hear me?
When I start the mashing.
Yeah, yeah. That was more of a, is it okay, not a, if you're gonna do that, we're
Absolutely.
kicking you out.
Absolutely, we already had that understood and agreed. I'm gonna use my spider here
Okay.
to get these potatoes out.
I think we almost could have got all 3 of them pieces of chicken in that same pot. We one of them was kind of small, but I didn't know.
Probably should
I
have done
didn't
that.
notice it. We just putting it in there.
See how much you can get out at one time?
Yeah, I like that spider.
And I use part of my juice that I cook them in to
Yeah.
liquid.
Right, I do too. If I need it. Do you put milk in your mashed
I
potatoes?
do put milk in them, and I didn't
And
get any
butter?
out to, yes, and I didn't get any out to get warm, so I'm gonna have to stick some in the microwave real quick.
I'm pretty sure this is done. It's
Okay,
done.
I'm just gonna let you tend to that since I'm
Alright.
doing this here, if you don't mind.
Aunt Linda, what do you do with your leftover oil?
What I'm gonna do with this, I normally do not use oil that's sliced, and Mike strains it, but what I'm gonna do with this is I got a package of corn tortillas, I'm gonna make some tortilla chips with it.
Yeah, that's a
And
good
then,
idea.
and then we'll discard it,
Yeah.
because, I'm gonna put some different seasons on them when they come out of the, as soon as they come out of the oil,
Okay, okay.
because it won't stick unless you do.
Right. You're right.
Okay. Got stuff everywhere over here. Move this. And this oil's pretty, got quite a bit of stuff in it anyway, so I wouldn't use it for anything but that. Now, if it was really clean, I probably would do some potato logs or something in it.
Okay. That beautiful, that chicken? Beautiful.
And we'll get a plate.
I'm coming
Yeah,
back to you.
that looks good. We'll get a plate to just cut and taste of these, because I don't think I'll have all this ready. by the time we get ready to get off of here. We're so used to being home an hour, we're trying to. Okay. So I just heated this milk just a little bit.
You always heat your milk before you.
I do. I don't like to pour cold liquid into mine.
Well, I usually use canned milk, and it's not cold. You know, it's just
Right.
room temperature. That mix is not nearly as loud as a regular hand mixer.
You don't want to pour much at a time. I think you'll get your stuff.
Did you want the beans on, or have you already got them already done?
Well, I'll turn them up just a little bit. I didn't actually time them rolls. What do they look like?
Did you let them rise before you put them in there?
A little bit. They don't rise a whole lot.
Okay.
I didn't need to mute you, Aunt Linda.
Okay.
I remember whenever I first got married, not long after I got married, one of my cousins came to visit Bobby and that was before we got married. And I made some potatoes, Linda, and you know, I made them out of instant potatoes, but I put canned milk, which I don't do that often, but you know, when you first get married, you do a lot of things, trying things out, and I put butter and canned milk in it and everything, and his mother is one of my aunts that cooks, Aunt Elsie, cooks just a fabulous cook. And when he eat those potatoes, he said, "Mary, how did you do them potatoes?" He said, "That's the best potatoes I ever eat." And I got a laugh because I knew that was instant potatoes and not real potatoes. I said, "Nathan, you're not going to believe it, because I doubt his mom would ever use instant potatoes."
Probably never.
And I said, "They're instant potatoes, but I put a lot of evaporated milk and butter in it." And he said, and also, they wasn't just mashed potatoes. I whipped them with the mixer. And he thought it was the best potatoes, and I thought, well, I fooled him for them instant potatoes.
Okay. Let's clean.
I don't even know if I knew he was coming, you know, I wasn't, and so anyway, I cooked what I had. You know, back then, I spent $10 a week for groceries. That's what I had. That's what I spent, $10 a week.
Well, that wasn't uncommon back then. To just spend $10.
Yeah.
You got quite a few
Yeah, it was
groceries for
54,
$10.
50,000. Well, Charles and Mel just celebrated their 57th anniversary. And they got married in 64, and I got married in 68. So 4 years later, so that was, no, it's 54 years. I worked at, that was about 54 years ago.
Okay.
Well, I didn't move any of that stuff in. I didn't know what you wanted me to do with it.
I'm just gonna get it out of the way.
We got this light piece of chicken frying.
So we can have a little bit more room. Okay. I have a clean up bowl of it.
Yeah, it looks delicious.
You remember, Mary, that was something Mama always done. She always cleaned her bowl up, didn't
Yeah,
she?
yeah. Yeah, I do too. That's just what I do. Take a paper towel and wipe around the edges.
Or she would probably have put this in a different bowl, and you probably would too, but I'm
No,
not.
that's okay. That's all right. It depends on if I'm having company or not. When it's my family, I'm not as particular.
I'm just gonna put that lid on there real quick. Let this set. And I'm going to Have you checked it?
I
Is
haven't.
it still staying crispy?
Yeah, it's still crispy.
Okay.
I can tell you this, when you're frying anything that you want for it to stay crispy, you don't stack it on top of one another because the heat will go into that crispness on the other piece that's under it and it will get soft. So if you want your chicken or your chicken fried steak crispy, you need to not stack it on top of one another. And don't put a lid on top of it to keep it warm because that also steams it and softens your crust. I like the crunch. If it's supposed to be crunchy, that's what I like.
Yeah, I do too. So I think that reminded me of Mama.
Right.
I
think. Yeah.
Mary usually reminds me of Mama, but that completely reminded me of Mama when I said this thing. I'm gonna get a little bit of this oil and put it here.
The bottom of them drippings. Good too. You got some of it, so that's good.
That looks like about 3 tablespoons, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Might not be quite enough.
I don't usually measure my oil. Do you? I
Eyeball it.
I do too.
I just
Now the
eyeball it.
flour, you know, sometimes I measure that, sometimes I don't too. Now here's the flour.
Okay. I got another canister over
Oh,
here.
okay.
Thank you. Let's see. I need a spatula and whisk.
Get this flour up over here off the cabinet.
And I normally do my liquid hot, but I'm not going to this time. I'm just going to get some hot water. And I'm going to add a can of chicken broth. And sometimes I'll put cream of chicken. You do too, Mary, don't you?
Yeah, I do sometimes.
In your
And the gravy? Yeah,
in your gravy.
I do. I use milk more than I do anything now.
Well, I'm not going to use milk in this because I don't want to.
No, it's different kinds of gravy, yeah.
Right.
Well, Saturday I made a huge pork roast. And it was big. And you know what I done? I done 3 different things with it. I thirded it. On a third of it, I saved it and I barbecued it. I made barbecue sandwiches. The other part, I made just potatoes and carrots. And you know, just as a stew line. And then yesterday, I made soup with it. I added all the vegetables and tomatoes and made a vegetable soup and a big pan of cornbread. And I took it to some of our elderly that was sick Sunday that wasn't able to eat from the church. So I went and carried them some soup and cornbread and bless their heart, they're so sweet. It makes me wish I could just cook for them all the time.
I can't see, but I think they're done.
Yeah, I think they
Maybe
are.
half done.
Do they have 2 cans in there?
Yeah, I've got 2 cans in there. I did the
I think you,
timer.
I think you just overdone it today,
Well,
making so much.
I'm actually being selfish because I didn't want to get back in here and cook the season, so I just decided I'd do it all at one time. So that's what I'm doing. Now this is the can of below sodium chicken broth, and I've got my hot water over here. You can see it smoking. And I'm just going to add some water to this. Add a little bit of flour. And I always put my salt in my oil. That's what Mom done. That's what Grandma Hooper done.
You know, I knew she done that, but I don't.
Use that just yet.
And what's the reason of that? Does it make it, does it,
Just brings out the
Flavors, the
flavor
oil,
and it
yeah.
seemed like they said, I don't know if it's creates like a, almost like a nutty flavor. I've heard
Okay.
Cinda say,
Is
but
that
I
right?
do not
Yeah.
remember. I just know Mama done it and
yeah,
I've just
yeah, I
always
knew
done
Mama
it.
done it, and I knew you done it, but I don't.
And I'm sure Molly probably did too.
Yeah, I'm sure she did too.
I honestly don't remember seeing her do it, but I feel certain that she did.
I don't remember it either. Don't remember if she did that. I'm gonna turn this off.
Okay. And this is what you call guesstimating. You just kind of
Yeah.
you don't want your flour too thick. I mean your roux or whatever it's called. You just kind of cook that raw flour taste off of it.
Okay.
This that chicken looks good.
Yeah, it does,
And,
doesn't it? It looks
I
really
guess
good.
we can get out
You wanna,
plates and need to get these rolls out of this thing.
what do you
here.
want me to put them in, Linda? I'll put them in.
Just put them in here. Those are not the best rolls. It's just something
Is this
that-
Rose?
Yeah, and had it in the freezer, and just figured I'd take them out and make them. You need a spatula to get them out with.
They're,
You're welcome. Don't walk away from something that's cooking, and I did that the other day and it boiled over.
oh,
I mean, for a split second.
Yeah.
Mike said, "Let me show you something." And I walked over there and I boiled the water all over the back. It's just water, but it still made me mad.
I forgot what it was, Linda. I was cooking something recently, but I can't remember what it was. I burned it up twice.
Oh no!
Chuck, somebody asked me something. I went out on the porch one time and forgot about it. Another time I went in the bedroom and burned it up twice. I
hate
forgot what
to
it
do
was.
that.
It was grilled cheese. That's what it was. I was making grilled cheeses.
Would you hand me the lid to
I
this,
sure
please,
will.
Mary? And then I'm gonna get those other get that
What do you
tray
want me
off
to
and
do?
put it in the utility room
Okay.
and just wipe off the counter
All right.
so we can fix a plate over there. I'm trying to get this up high where it'll be where I want it. And this is a smaller burner. I normally cook this on the big burner. That, I think I'm fixing to switch spots. Here, we can put this over there. Those will need a spoon. Whoops. Switch stuff around here for a second. Move this over here.
Now, do you want me to get something to put the meat on, or just put
Yeah,
on
there's a
individual
platter.
plate?
There's a platter up there, and you can get that. I think it's white, Mary. Just a white platter is fine. And we'll put the chicken over there.
Well, that's going off.
If it doesn't, that's fine. You can just put some of it on there. Actually, we didn't even have to put, we could have made our plate over here, but I was just thinking you do one for presentation.
Yeah. Yeah, we need to take a picture of it. I'm stacking these, but I'm not going to put no more on it because that's not stacked
Okay.
too much.
It wasn't real hot, like it should have been. We'll taste for salt and pepper, after we get it, all the liquid that I want in here. Mary, do you
What
mind
you
to
need?
move that chicken for me? You can set it over there, or set it in the utility room or something, just so I can have that space right there. Sure. Thank you. Burner's not quite, no wonder it's not working. I don't even have the burner on. I thought the burner was on, it wasn't. So, no wonder. Okay, put this out of the way.
Let's see, you want a spoon for the... Well, I turned that burner off, Miss. Did you get chicken?
I didn't tell you to leave it on. I just wanted to move it over here because this
Okay.
burner is bigger and I needed it on the skillet.
Bobby Blackburn wants to know if he can come over and eat.
Sure, Bobby, come right, come on. We'll fix your plate.
Absolutely.
Then you can spend the night with me. And I'll fix you breakfast.
Okay.
That's your nephew, just in
Yeah,
case.
Bobby Blackburn is my nephew, and apparently he must be retired because I've noticed on Facebook, unless he's taking vacation, I noticed something he said that made me think that he was retired. Now I may be wrong, but I'll have to find out if you're retired or if you're just on vacation.
I'm gonna put some more liquid in this and it's got to start to boil in a minute. I don't
Bobby
think-
likes chocolate pies and coconut.
Does he?
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever seen a man that didn't like chocolate.
Yeah,
Did you?
he. I always thought that coconut was his favorite because I always made him and his brother one at the aluminum reunion. And one time he told me, he said, "Hey Mary, I like chocolate too." So I'm gonna have to make him one. I can't mail him though, and he lives a long ways, too far to just come and grab a bite.
I'm not taking it to him because the town before his,
Yeah.
those police officers like to talk to me.
Is that right?
Yeah,
They watch for you to come through.
they stop me every time.
Really? Oh, goodness. Well, I've noticed that the patrol officers are out worse
Yeah, they are.
than normal, or either that or they're just in the path that I'm used to going, because they're every day when I get out. I see at least 2 or 3 on the highway.
They used to be more prevalent at the end of the month, or at least that's my thinking.
Yeah.
And y'all, we are not dissing law enforcement. We have lots of people in our family
Yes,
that are
we
law
do.
enforcement officers, and we respect them highly.
Yes.
They do. They put their lives on the line every day.
Yes, absolutely. But
But they also will give you tickets when
I didn't tell you this, Linda. Last week on my way over here, I got stopped.
I tell you every time to be careful.
Well, I didn't get a ticket. I got a warning.
That's only because you're old.
Was it
They
at the
would've-
bridge? Was
Yes.
it at the bridge?
Yes.
That's where he said.
No, not at the bridge you're talking about. It was at the bridge back where they put the new bridge in, and where both places new. But back where it used to
That
flood.
other bridge.
Where it used to flood all the time.
Yeah.
Where all that flooding. And
Going
And-
up the hill or
before you get to the hill.
before you get to the hill?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a 55-mile zone, and I was going 62.
That wasn't too bad.
I didn't think I said, I'm sorry, it's just so easy. It's a beautiful wide highway. And so he said, just be more careful. And I said, I certainly will. So on the way home that day, I put my car on cruise. Cause
Then you'd got a ticket. When you
I would have gotten a ticket.
Well,
so
glad
I'm
you
very
did.
careful. Yeah. He didn't even take my driving license. He didn't even look at my driving license. He came up on the other side of the car. How you doing today, ma'am? Just real friendly, real friendly.
Well, you got your Pinky Mouse tag in, didn't you?
Oh, I sure did. I got my Pinky Balls #1 car tag in. Brother Boatman noticed it, did he? Yeah.
You know,
And you got your Pinky Balls too.
yeah.
Carla and Linda has got to order theirs.
Yeah, we gotta get them ordered for 3 and 4.
Yeah, for 3 and 4. We went by age. It's no difference in seniority or nothing other than just we went by age.
Yeah. Okay, so I guess, we need a plate and a fork and a knife down.
I need to say before people start griping at me, I am not upset that the police officer stopped me and give me tickets if I deserve it. I know it. And I call you old affectionately. You're not really old.
Absolutely.
I know. I didn't take offense to it, Linda.
Well, I know y'all didn't because y'all know I'm just picking, but other people don't. So I just had to say that so nobody came and gave me a whooping.
Hey, that's my little
Okay.
girl, and
Mary,
she's
why
Okay.
don't you just fix one plate so we can show them
Okay.
and take a picture, and
Okay.
then we'll get off the air.
Okay.
I know they don't want to watch us eat. And then we'll,
got the green beans.
we got to do a thank you before we get off too.
Yes.
I guess I should have
Yes.
done that first.
Okay.
And you can put
I gotta get some green
green
beans and some
gravy.
gravy on this plate. Are the gravy's not ready?
Let's see. It's still a little bit thin, but that's okay. You can go ahead and put it up. There's a ladle for that.
Just gonna get some green beans on here.
And those are just canned green beans. They're not fancy.
So, you dock them up. That's all I'm doing.
Okay.
Did you want gravy over the meat?
That's up to you, whether or not you want it on the cup. I'd like to see if it's crunchy too, I guess, so we can check that.
Okay. And I couldn't take a picture of this, but I guess we'll just do it for a few minutes. This is what Linda fixed for us today.
We need some fresh sliced tomatoes, don't we?
Yeah. And I know it'll be good. Now, you gonna come and taste it with me?
Here, let me cut this down over here. Cut these off, and I'll just leave this on low.
Here's crunchy.
Hold on. Let me get a pic. Take a pic real quick.
Move the fork. Get the fork off.
Those rolls are pretty beautiful, aren't they? Of everything else, I cooked them too long.
They didn't rise before we put them in the oven enough.
They don't ever, these rolls don't ever rise. I've tried them every which way you can think of. They've been in the oven rising for over 2 hours.
Oh,
They just don't rise very
Okay.
good. Or at least they don't for me.
okay. All right.
It's good.
Thank you, Jesus.
Mm. I think it needs more salt.
Uh-huh. You're fine to me. Good. Oh, that's right. You salt yours after you flour it. And I put the salt in the flour.
I do both. So, we hope y'all get in the kitchen and cook something and enjoy your family, enjoy your friends, your kiddos. And we'll be live tomorrow at Mary's house at 10 o'clock Central Time.
I'll be making pineapple
Zucchini.
zucchini. I'm trying to say it right. Zucchini bread. Pineapple
That sounds
zucchini
good.
bread. That's what I'll be making tomorrow.
So we love y'all.
Don't forget to count your blessings. I'm
Bye.
still chewing. I love y'all.
Bye-bye.